Health and Human Services is experiencing their $300 million taxpayer-funded coronavirus ad campaign fall apart as celebrities, I'm talking about like C-list celebrities, back out of participating in the project. Now, part of the reason why they've decided to back out of the project is because it turns out the taxpayer money was being used toward an ad campaign that was really more about getting Donald Trump reelected. It was about spreading disinformation about how Trump has really handled the coronavirus pandemic well, and we have a lot to look forward to. And so the project was meant to inspire hope in Trump's handling of the pandemic. So again, you could probably guess why people pulled out. So celebrities are refusing to participate and staff are arraying against it. Some complain of the unstated aim of helping Trump's reelection. Others point to an ill-prepared video team and a 22-year-old political appointee who has repeatedly asserted control despite having no public health expertise. Interviews with participants and others in the Health and Human Services Department paint a picture of a chaotic effort, scrambling to meet an unofficial election day deadline, floundering in the wake of the medical leave of its architect, Michael Caputo, and running up against increasing resistance among career staff. John, before I get to the details, I want to get your thoughts so far.
Yeah, I mean, if like you could at least pretend that it's not clearly just a stunt for the election. Like it's not even just one way that they're assuring us that that's clearly what it is. It's like every possible way you could be like, no, this is totally just a cynical ploy. I mean, another way that you could inspire confidence in Trump's handling of the pandemic is for Trump to literally do anything to stop the virus from killing as many people as possible. Maybe one day out of the entire thing, that would have been great. To not, even at this late date when we're past 200,000 dead, still be saying, I think masks are fine, to not be doing that. That would be one way to do it. You could save money too, because you kind of have to do it anyway. So it's probably not that expensive in comparison to the ad campaign. What a farce. And he has access to it. This is like we said, he was sort of a risk running for president from the outside, but we gave him the presidency. And now he gets to use all of the different elements and levers of government, including our tax money, to try to make it happen. Now, this may be a big failure, but there's lots of other things he can do to use the resources, including our tax money, to increase the chance that he's gonna win re-election.
Yeah. I mean, look, this story is the latest example of ongoing trends within the Trump administration, where the administration uses Donald Trump's position of power to funnel taxpayer money toward his reelection effort. I mean, that's essentially what's happening here, what was supposed to happen with this campaign, but again, it's falling apart. And then on the other hand, you have the funneling of taxpayer money toward third parties who happen to be business partners of all of these goons, including Michael Caputo. We'll get to that in just a second. But remember, Michael Caputo accused the government and its scientists of seeking to undermine Trump's reelection campaign and warned of an armed insurrection. He's currently on medical leave. He's not all there. I'll just put it that way. Now, one HHS official, yeah, I mean, it usually is with these people. Now, one HHS official who spoke to Politico said the following: "This is a boondoggle. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We could use that $250 million on buying personal protective equipment, not promoting PSAs with C-list celebrities." Now, just 3 celebrities have recorded public service ads so far: Dennis Quaid, CeCe Winans, and Hasidic singer Shulem Lemmer. With Quaid and other potential participants reconsidering their involvement or dropping out altogether. Dr. Oz was considering doing this until some of these details were disclosed, and then he pulled out. And then, of course, it looks like some of this money, this taxpayer money, is being funneled to Caputo's friends. So the video firm confirmed by HHS to execute the campaign has struggled to meet deadlines, retain staff, and even find the contact information of celebrities to participate in the videos. The firm, DD&T, is led by a filmmaker who had no prior experience making US public health campaigns and is also the business partner of Caputo. the Trump loyalist who served as the health department spokesperson before taking leave this month. And by the way, DD&T is currently a subcontractor to Atlas Research, a firm hired by HHS in August for $15 million to begin executing the ad campaign.
I will say that when we were talking about this story before during the break, and I thought it was Randy Quaid, I thought it was a lot funnier. I feel, I guess, a little bit bad for Dennis Quaid. He's like, I was just seeing what he's been saying about this in the last day, and he's like saying it's cancel culture because people are mad at him and he didn't actually do it or whatever. Look, if you're a celebrity, like hypothetically, if you weren't that tapped into what's going on and the government wanted you to do a PSA about the pandemic, I get that you might think that's a good cause to use your celebrity status for. I get that. But you also have to understand who it's for and what their approach to, communicating with the American people has been about over the past few years.
Yeah, and I'm also very curious whether HHS was honest about the real intentions of this campaign, this ad campaign, when they reached out to people. I mean, they could have totally misrepresented what they're doing. So look, I probably shouldn't admit this. I don't even know who Dennis Quaid is. So I don't really have a dog in this fight. Don't hate on me, don't hate on me.
He's in stuff.
So I'm sure, whatever. I'm not really good at that world. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is I don't think that there was any ill intent on his part. So it is what it is. Like, this is the Trump administration lies about what their intentions are all the time. So just give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess. Now, shortly after Caputo helped transfer,
I was just gonna say, I was trying to remember the iconic role. He was in Inner Space. That's a classic. It's worth a watch. So shortly after Caputo helped transfer $300 million. By the way, this money is coming out of the CDC. Took the money out of the CDC to fund this new nationwide campaign to defeat despair. Planning efforts ramped up early in the summer. The health department awarded $15 million to Atlas Research on August 26th, and then $250 million to the market research firm of Forrest Marsh on September 1st. Forrest Marsh has said that it won the contract by stressing its evidence-based approach to communications, and that is it is cooperating with Democrats in probes. So Democrats are looking into this, but I really want to drive this point home, right? We still don't have another round of stimulus, and you have Republicans nickel and diming the American people at a time when tens of millions of people are still unemployed. More people are likely to be unemployed because layoffs are starting to increase now that the PPP program under the CARES Act is expiring and companies are free to lay people off. This is a dire economic situation for so many people. And to hear that $300 million was sucked out of the CDC and funneled to this ridiculous stunt to help Donald Trump get reelected while also helping Michael Caputo's friends make a buck is just sickening. That's the kind of corruption and disgusting behavior we're dealing with the Trump administration. It's all about enriching themselves. It's all about ripping off the American people and leaving them to suffer on their own as we deal with this, pandemic and this crisis.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.